One of the myths, one of the resistances is the environmental impact of spray foam. It's not very environmentally friendly. That's not entirely correct. It depends a lot on how you define environmental friendly or the environmental impact of the product you're using. If we look at energy, oil, gas, as an energy source, all right, we do that. We create gasoline. We burn it in our homes, the oil burners in our home. We create energy from that hydrocarbon, from the oil and gas that we harvest. Maybe that's not such a good idea. Well, we don't want to change because we have built industries, the automotive industry, the HVAC industry, around hydrocarbon, oil and gas as an energy source. The question is, if we're going to harvest oil, is it a good idea to burn it? A lot of people are saying no. So there's two ways to address that. Production side management, which means exchanging oil and gas for wind energy, or solar, hydroelectric. These are good choices. These are good replacements. Good idea. We're no longer burning. The other side of the coin is the demand side. If we're going to use a hydrocarbon, oil and gas-based stuff, let's not burn it. Let's actually convert it to something that saves energy. I'm thinking in terms of a super insulation like polyurethane foam. Although it's based on hydrocarbon, oil and gas technology, and we have to harvest that oil, it makes more sense to convert it into a material that saves energy in the long run than to simply burn it. Think about that. Now, if we look more closely at polyurethane foam itself, that material, what's it made of? What's the environmental impact of that single material? Well, let's look closely at it and we find that 20% of the foam is recycled PET, pop bottles and X-ray films. That's a good thing. It's post-consumer or post-industrial repurposing, reusing, recycling pop bottles or X-ray films. Great. So we get a little benefit there. Zero ozone depleting. Yes, we dealt with that years ago. Very low global warming potential, much like the air we're breathing now. Very low, around 1. That's a good thing. So we've addressed that. 15% rapidly renewable resources like soy or cashew oils that are not destined for the food chain, but recycled, repurposed for other uses. And polyurethane foam is one of those uses. We also look at a high sugar content in our foams. There's manufacturers out there that are as high as 35%. So if you add these all up, it's a nice repurposing and reuse of PET bottles. It has rapidly renewable resources, as much as we can. It's based on sugar, which is old bagasse and these types of products, not destined for the food chain. So we're not replacing good food with polyurethane foam, but we're using the waste products of the food chain. That's a good thing. Let's now compare our product, polyurethane foam, with other insulations commonly used in construction, cellulose, straw, this sort of thing. If we look at water absorption, it's an important issue in construction. We don't want premature failure due to rot, mold, we don't want to create. These are all revolving around our ability to manage moisture in our walls. Closed cell foam is approved by FEMA, the federal agency, for use as insulation in flood zones because it does not absorb water, and that's a good thing. Let's look for structural stability. Closed cell foams adds structural strength, which means we have a great environmental benefit in wind uplift resistance. In high wind zones, we don't have liftoff of our roofs because they're glued down with polyurethane foam insulation when we use it directly applied to the underside of our exterior roof sheathing. It's tying that whole assembly together. It's an added benefit. Other materials, other insulations, can't make that claim. The packaging that our material arrives to the job site in is drums, plastic or steel. either recycled or repurposed drums, so we don't have environmental waste from our job sites. It's a radon barrier. That's very important. It's an added benefit of using closed cell foam in that it is a vapor barrier, vapor control layer, an air control layer, and radon gas barrier. You can use it in roofing, and when you do use it in roofing, that's above the deck roofing. As in retrofit, for example, we'd spray directly on top of the existing roof. Therefore, we don't have to tear off that existing roof. It doesn't have to go to the landfill, more important. So there's a number of benefits of polyurethane foam that, in a roundabout way, are benefits to the environment. To help you understand a little bit more about spray foam and to help you integrate it into your operation, I've created educational courses on my website at letstalkpur.com, or you can click on the link in the video description. I encourage you to check them out. I'll see you there.